In a recent stream, Nmplol opened up about one of the most talked about personal situations. During a recent appearance on the Punching Down podcast, Nam provided one of the clearest updates yet. According to Nick, the divorce process is essentially finished. He explained in the following.
You know what's funny? Speaking of that, I do think maybe by the time that this pod gets released, that my divorce will finally be over.
Actually.
Yeah, so we had the final meeting because do you know how it works?
No, I don't. Every time we've come to this podcast, I've asked you how it's going. We've talked about it before. And you say, well, we got a final thing next week.
Now I can talk about it.
Okay.
I think. I'll talk about it. We're fine. So what happened was when you get a divorce, which hopefully no one here has to experience, because it's
hold on. Yeah. Based on statistics, most of them will, but go on.
So what happened was this thing should have been over in my opinion 2 months ago. Because they had this sort
6 months ago.
Yeah, really. Actually, technically, a year and 3 months ago. After there's a trial, okay, the judge rules or whatever, and then you have to. Each side comes up with this divorce decree document that stipulates where's the money going, blah blah blah, this and this and this, and it's like two papers that you write, okay, and they each have two different things. So let's just say. What's to say? Oh, your car. Where's your car gonna go? This is how you're gonna do it. Blah blah blah. And we had a few of these meetings, and like both sides could just never agree. Okay. And when you do a motion to enter, you're supposed to just send this to the judge and you go through it. But the problem is, one side needed to like re-clarify what the judge says. Essentially because like they probably just didn't like what it sounded like. Sure. And even the judge said that. The judge says that, I quote, "It sounds like you just don't like my ruling." So it got stalled a few times. Okay. Okay. But it finally finished yesterday. So both sides have submitted one divorce decree. Okay. And my side has signed it. Malena's side has signed it, and now we're just waiting for the judge to sign it, and then it's fucking done.
So it's pretty much done. You just
waiting
everything you need it's done. Okay.
Yeah, there's no more debating. There's no more fucking.
There's no way bullshit to elongate it on either side. It would have to be the judge that would.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So thank God, dude.
Congrats. Thank God. Congratulations, man.
Thank you. And it happened on the same day that my ViewBot strat got put in.
Wow.
I am on cloud 9 right now.
So a lot of it's finally done.
You're taking full credit for the ViewBot strat.
If it works.
A large number of comments expressed sympathy for both Nick and Malena, noting that regardless of public opinions, divorce is rarely easy. Some fans reflected on how long the two had been together and said it felt strange seeing one of Twitch's most recognizable couples officially reach the end of their marriage. Others simply hoped both parties would be happier moving forward. Another group immediately shifted attention toward the future. Some commenters speculated that once the divorce becomes official, Nick may feel more comfortable publicly defining his current relationship status. Those discussions largely centered around ongoing rumors and speculation from viewers, though nothing official was confirmed in the comments themselves. For many, the timing of the divorce update sparked renewed curiosity about what comes next in Nick's personal life. Meanwhile, some community members revisited the relationship itself. A number of viewers argued that Malena often appeared unhappy during portions of their later content together and expressed hope that both sides would find peace after moving on. Others disagreed with that characterization entirely, arguing that viewers only ever saw a small portion of the relationship and shouldn't pretend to know what happened behind the scenes. There was also a more critical side of the discussion. Some commenters questioned whether there were still unanswered details surrounding the breakup, while others speculated about old friendships, business arrangements, and content decisions made during the final years of the marriage. Most of those discussions were purely community speculation rather than verified information, but they quickly became part of the broader conversation. And, as often happens online, some reactions crossed the line into outright hostility. Certain users openly celebrated the divorce, or framed it as part of a downfall narrative surrounding Nmplol, while others pushed back against that behavior, arguing that celebrating a failed marriage says more about the commenter than the people involved. Here's QC with a perfect lag frame.
Come on, get out, get up! Get out!
Onion rings, onion rings, onion rings.
Train gets exposed for using a green screen background.
Fake view. Ships aren't moving. You're right, man. You got me, man. You're right. It's a green screen. You're good, man. Nothing gets by you, bro, huh? I give you props for that, man. Really good. I mean, speaking of that, have you seen the birds that I've animated? Have you seen the birds that I've animated that just fly in and out? How crazy is that, bro? Somehow I've acquired technology that is far more advanced than any AI available right now. I mean, fuck. I've employed technology so advanced, but I haven't changed my camera from 2015. You got me.
The story started after a recent interview clip featuring MrBeast began making the rounds online. During the conversation, Jimmy explained that despite being worth billions on paper through his companies and business holdings, he personally doesn't keep much cash available. In fact, he claimed that he currently has less than $1 million to his name, and even joked that many viewers watching the interview probably had more money sitting in their bank accounts than he did. The comments immediately exploded. As the discussion spread across social media, XQC decided to weigh in, calling out MrBeast in the following.
You're a billionaire. I'm like, that's net worth. I have negative money right now. I'm borrowing money. That's how little money I have. Technically, everyone watching this video has more money than me in their bank account if you subtract the equity value of my company, which doesn't buy me McDonald's in the morning. I mean, I'm just so busy.
I mean, guys, I feel like it's like I think it's like talking to the financially uneducated. Like, you can be borrowing money and doing some shit with his companies or whatever for like tax and whatnot, and have a lot of shit into in assets and whatever, and then buy a lot of stocks. Like you can, he can turn some of the shit into liquidity anytime that he wants to. It's like if I said, I'm putting, every time I get a paycheck, I buy gold, okay? And I put gold in the room. And I got a big stack of gold bars. I go, guys, on paper, I have $20 to my name. And I got 60 mil of gold, same there. But guys, I'm not a millionaire. I have $60 to my name. That's all I got.
Focused on. Making the greatest videos possible.
One of the most common reactions came from viewers who flat out rejected MrBeast's statement. Many commenters argued that having limited cash on hand is completely different from being financially constrained. They pointed out that someone with ownership stakes in massive companies, real estate, investments, crypto holdings or other assets still possesses tremendous wealth regardless of what sits in a checking account on a given day. Others brought up previous discussions surrounding MrBeast's finances. Some users referenced past reports and investigations that allegedly showed substantial assets tied to various accounts and investments, arguing that the idea of him having less money than the average viewers was impossible to take seriously. For these commenters, the statement came across as either exaggerated or misleading. Another group focused less on MrBeast specifically and more on how wealthy individuals manage money. Many pointed out that some high net worth people intentionally keep relatively small amounts of liquid cash while placing most of their wealth into businesses, stocks, investments, or other appreciating assets. From this perspective, they argued that MrBeast was technically talking about cash flow rather than total wealth. That led into another major discussion surrounding taxes and borrowing. A number of commenters claimed that wealthy individuals often leverage assets rather than selling them, borrowing against holdings instead of creating taxable income. These users argued that MrBeast's comments unintentionally highlighted how the ultra-wealthy structure finances differently than average earners. Moon successfully completes a silent assassin mission.
Shoo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-wop. Hey, lady. Catch. I'll be right back.
Get back to the safe house. I'll be in touch.
I'll be right back.